Hallo and welcome to German Lessons with Mr. Ferguson. Hallo und herzlich willkommen zum Deutschunterricht mit Herrn Ferguson. Diese Stunde, this lesson, ist, wie man die Ordinalzahlen bildet. How to form ordinal numbers. Bevor wir anfangen, please remember to like this video. Bitte klickt Gefällt mir and to subscribe to my channel so that I can keep helping you with your German. Bitte vergesst nicht zu abonnieren. If you're enjoying my videos, please consider buying me a coffee by clicking the banner now. All contributions are gratefully received and allow me to bring you new and exciting German content whilst keeping it free to access on YouTube. Thank you to those of you who have already contributed. It's very much appreciated. Vielen Dank. This lesson is all around ordinal numbers, which are the numbers in a language showing the order of things. In English, these are words like first, second, third, 20th, 8,000th, etc. Before beginning, it's going to be crucial to this lesson to be able to count in German. If you haven't yet learned how to do this, or need a recap, you can click the banner now to watch my How to Count to 1 Billion video. As a quick recap, the numbers 1 to 12 are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. For 13 to 19, we combine the first four letters of the numbers 3 to 9 with the word for 10. For example, 3, 10, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. For 20, we have 20, and above 20 we say 1 and 20, 21, 2 and 20, 22, up to 29, 29. 30 is 30, 40 is 40, 50 is 50, 60 is 60, 70 is 70, 80 is 80, 90 is 90, and 100 is 100. From then on, you simply combine the numbers you've learned so far. For example, 196 is 196. 1,000 is 1,000, million is Million, millions is Millionen, billion is Milliarde, and billions is Milliarden. So, now we're ready to learn how to form ordinal numbers. In German, as in English, we don't say oneth, twoth, and threeth for the first three ordinal numbers. We say first, second, and third. And in German, these are erste, zweite, dritte. For fourth to sixth, we take the number and add te. Vierte, fünfte, sechste. Seventh and eighth are slightly unusual in that we shorten the number sieben to sieb, making seventh siebte, and acht doesn't get an extra t, so eighth is achte. From 9th to 19th, we simply take the number and add te. 9., 10., 11., 12., 13., 14., 15., 16., 17., 18., 19. For numbers 20 and above, we take the number and add ste. 20th is zwanzigste, 28th is 28, 37th is 37, 182nd is 182, and so on. Those of you who have learned about adjective endings using my adjective endings video will spot that these ordinal numbers all have an e ending as a default, but this is not always the case. These ordinal numbers have an e ending when used with a definite article, i.e. a word that means the, in the nominative case. Let's look at some examples. Washington war der erste Präsident der USA. Washington was the first president of the USA. Königin Elisabeth war die zweite Königin, die Elisabeth hieß. Queen Elizabeth was the second queen who was called Elizabeth. As an ordinal number, such as first, is an adjective, they will gain adjective endings when used with articles, and possessive adjectives, such as my and your, or if used in different cases. To fully understand this next section, it's worth watching my Mastering German Adjective Endings video by clicking the banner now. Here are some examples of ordinal numbers used with possessive adjectives. Das ist mein 5. Auto. This is my 5th car. Sie war meine erste Liebe. She was my first love. Wir lesen seinen 20. Roman. We are reading his 20th novel. The most common way of using ordinal numbers, particularly for beginners, is when talking about a day of the year. This is particularly helpful when talking about your birthday. To say on with the day of the week, we use the preposition an with the dative case. If you aren't sure what I mean by the dative case, you can learn more about that by clicking the banner now. Now that we know to use an for on, and that we're using the dative case, which is always outside the frying pan, we know that we will need to add an n ending to any dative ordinal numbers we use. We could therefore say on the 13th day by saying an dem 13. Tag. You might also be aware that the combination of an and dem can and almost always will be shortened to am. As you've probably noticed, this is not generally how we would talk about a day, unless saying something like, on the 13th day, for example, of the holiday, it was cold. Am 13. Tag des Urlaubs war es kalt. It's more likely, however, that we will remove the word day altogether and say am 13. on the 13th. We then combine this with the months of the year. For example, am 13. Januar, on the 13th of January. To learn more about discussing your birthday, please watch my Talking About Your Birthday video by clicking the banner now. Let's look at some examples. Mein Geburtstag ist am 18. Juli. My birthday is on the 18th of July. Meine Schwester kommt am 31. März an. My sister is arriving on the 31st of March. Die Deutschen feiern am 24. Dezember Weihnachten. The Germans celebrate Christmas on the 24th of December. And so, that's how to form and use ordinal numbers in German. It's a good idea to pause the video now to recap how these are formed, how the numbers 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 7th, and 8th differ, and how to use am with a dative case n ending to talk about specific dates. Don't forget you can support my work by buying me a coffee at ko-fi.com/Herr Ferguson. Habe ich etwas vergessen? Have I forgotten something? If you're a native German speaker and think I've forgotten something important about how to form ordinal numbers in German, please do let me know by writing a comment. Bitte schreibt einen Kommentar. Also, please remember to click subscribe to receive all of my German lesson videos, language learning tips, and updates. You can also follow me on Instagram with the username Herr Ferguson or on Twitter under @Herr Ferguson. Otherwise, from me, it's Danke und auf Wiedersehen.